Hello guys, you're welcome once again. This is Joseph Tech. I always tell everyone that I am the only technician here that solve the real-time problems when it comes to air condition or anything related to air condition. Understand? Now, in this case of the job, this is a site where somebody has actually installed 8 unit air condition in this place, and it was actually meant to be 9 units, but the person already installed 8 units. And this particular unit here, this is the only unit among all that is a conduit system. And the person who actually run this conduit system piping, understand, did a very wrong job, did a very, very wrong job. So that's why the person who installed the 8 unit could not complete the job because of the nature of the conduit piping system. So somebody had to link me up to the job, or gave my number, and they called me out for this. So I came, I inspected the job, I saw it. The person told me that several people has come to check on it. They were only suggesting that they will have to break up, and it's a building where they have already finished up everything, like almost for the owner of the building to come and live on it, but the person is not living in it yet. So other installers come and they say they need to break up the whole system, reinstall the pipe again before they can install the unit. So as I came in, I saw things in a different direction. I told the person what's involved. I told the person all what I need to do the job just as it is, so that it will not call for breaking up the whole thing to damage the good look of the building again. And the client was actually okay with my own suggestion, my own idea. He gave me a go ahead for him to see the nature of my job. So if you could observe how the piping there looks, the piping is actually a curved one. Why is it a curved one? Is that, air condition pipe comes from this particular angle, but this particular work came from the right hand side. The mouth was facing the left hand side instead of the mouth of the pipe facing the right hand side. So I had to improvise this, get another copper kit, get a nipple, get some other materials I will need to work with, improvise this, couple the system, turn up the mouth to this other side just to favor the air condition I need to install on it. Understand? So I went through all this process, tried to make sure the whole thing comes up. Even the owner was right there staring at me, looking at me, and I have my apprentice down. It's my apprentice that actually holding the phone, trying to make some video and the rest of it. So on this matter, I did my best. All I knew it could work for this system to be installed properly, understand, without cracking up the wall, trying to pull out the pipe and all those tedious work. So I eased up everything here. If you take your time, you observe what I did, it was actually a perfect job. I did, even myself, I could not even believe my hands, but as long as I was in my right mind, in my right frame of mind, I knew I would get something perfect out of this. So I had to do it. This is the point. After I finished bending up the copper pipe to face the direction I wanted to face, I wrapped it up with a normal wrapping tape. Understand? I added an armor flex, wrap it up with a normal wrapping tape. I got the AC up there just to take my measurements where I need to cut it, and I make sure that it must be very, very perfect. Understand? So how do I need to take that measurement? Normally I would have used a marker to mark it up. I checked my bag, the marker wasn't there, the old one that was there wasn't working, so I had to use another way to do that. I got a black sellotape. I wrapped it at a point where I need to cut both the suction line and the discharge line. Understand? So the two lines were actually there. They were elongated, they were too long. Understand? So I had to shorten it. So I got my tape, lift the AC a little, make sure that it actually sits well with the one I need to put on it. Understand? It actually sits well perfectly. So I cut a bit of the tape, mark it up on the suction side. I got another one and I marked it at the discharge line. Understand? After I finished doing that, I had to carefully bring down the air condition, understand, the indoor system. All what I'm doing here just for the indoor to sit perfectly. Even the outdoor also have enough work to do there, but I am sorry I did not actually got a video of that particular part of the job. But what I did here, I just make sure I get everything on camera so you can see how it works. Even if you can't see it, my explanation can tell you what I'm doing at a particular time. So I finished marking up what I need from it. I had to drop it down for somebody to get it from me. Now that is the black tape I just unwrapped from the system, and I got my small tiny cutter from Temu. I really love this cutter. This cutter actually helped me to do a beautiful job here. You see that if it was my big cutter, it wouldn't have gone through that system like that, but based on it was that small and tiny, it did the job very perfect. Understand? It did the job very, very perfect. So I got this, I cut it up. I also had to cut off I was cutting the discharge line now. Understand? I was cutting the discharge line. I want to put in my knots, get my flaring tool, make sure that the whole thing is properly flayed, and got the cutter again for my suction line. Cut it up, put in the knots, flare it very perfectly, because as I'm installing the system, I don't want to hear at a particular point it got leaked, or at a particular point, all those kind of things. So I never wanted to hear that. I promised to give the person a perfect job. My problem is that if you can afford me and pay for my job, I will do everything possible to make sure that your job is as perfect as how it could be. Understand? I don't charge money for work and I make it to look haphazard. No, that's not me. That's not me. Truly, that's not me. So I got this. I did a perfect thing. I knew I could do best. So this is the point. I'm setting up my flaring tool to make sure that the discharge line is perfectly flayed. It's perfectly flayed up. After I finish flaring up my discharge line, I move on to my suction line. Understand? I perfectly flare it up. Understand? I have a very wide cap on it. Then the wide cap doesn't mean it should exit or it should go beyond where I need it. Understand? Like where I need to fit into the nozzle of the air conditioner. Understand? It shouldn't go beyond that. It should stand very, very perfect. It should like meet up what I want it to be. Then for the hanger, have you seen how the hanger is? I took my time to do this calculation and this measurement so it doesn't go out of range. You see the indoor hanger is sitting just at a point where everything will be behind the air condition. So because as I came in here, I had to do some cracking, I do a lot of braking just to favor what I want to do. And mind you, all the braking I did here was just for the indoor system to fit in and cover up everything without you noticing any kind of wear or tear. Understand? That's how I work. I work very clean and perfect. That is me. And no matter how your air condition seems to be, no matter the nature of installation, like there have been a job where I've gone and a particular position in the hotel looks as if air condition can never fit into that place, can never be installed in such a place. But I did my professional job there and air condition is working in that hotel perfectly. Understand? That is how I work. So this was just a kind of a little of it compared to that. I don't know if you get my point. This was just a very little of it compared to that. So I'm bracing the two couplings together, which is the nozzle of the air condition from the indoor part to the nuts. Understand? I'm taking my time to tighten it up. I don't want to experience any kind of leakage. both on the suction line and the discharge line must be very very tightened. You see the way I'm fastening it. It's not something that in the next 2 3 4 years you think of leakage or something like that. Have you seen how the job is looking? Have you seen how perfect the whole thing fits in? You can't even trace that there was a break or a crack behind the air condition. That's how I work. I'm very sorry the camera would have come closer than this, but I choose the camera to go a little bit farther so that you can see everything. Understand? This is the point. I'm trying to connect the cables. I am done with the installation inside. Can you see how neat the whole thing looks? That is me for you. Understand? That is Joseph Tech for you. I do my job as though it is mine, and every job I do carries my signature. Every job I execute carries my signature. Anywhere you see it, anytime you come across it, if they tell you that I'm the one doing this particular job, you will nod your head to say yes, it actually befits him. That's what it does. So that's why you see this job looking like this, very sweet and sleek. Understand? So I'm done with the indoor installation. Few minutes from now, I'll be stepping out to install the outdoor system, unlock the gas, and run the AC. Run the AC at hand. I want the client to feel it cooling so that he will also understand that when people come to work for him, people are of categories, people are of different kinds, different genre. You understand? That's just it. So just take your time to observe everything I'm doing here. It is quite professional, but if you are in the field, it will not take you much for you to decipher or to understand what I'm doing here. It's very, very swift, very, very good. Understand? It looks good in the eyes, it's actually pleasing. So that's just it. I'm done with the indoor installation. As I said before, in a few minutes from now, I'll be stepping out to complete the outdoor system and to test run the AC to make sure that it's actually giving what it should give. I don't know why most people see it as a tedious work to do the right thing. I don't see doing the right thing as a tedious work. I'm seeing doing the right thing as your kind of person. Have you seen? So I apologize before now, but you can see how the indoor is on now. I believe the outdoor is also on. The AC is running now and going very, very cool. That's the outdoor running. That's the outdoor running. I wanted to show you how I installed this, but there was no time for it. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you. Do well to subscribe to my channel and click the like button. Thank you. Bye for now.